Hey everyone, we are going to jump right into rebate management and we'll do an example of a rebate transaction. And then we will also use price management integration with rebate management and see that functionality as well. All right, so I have a company set up. It's called Are You Moving? So we're a box company. We specialize in selling boxes to moving companies, and our summer months are really the busiest. So we want to offer some rebates to our customers so that they will buy larger quantities. So I actually already have a rebate set up here under all rebate management deals. So you have these four grids are all the same. It's just filtered. And then this rebate workbench is really nice, one-stop shop for all your rebate transactions. And then periodic tasks, this is where you can run your batch jobs. And then a few setups. So rebate management parameters, there's one parameter in there that is very important, and that is, do we want to automatically post our journals? I'm going to say yes, but you can actually uncheck this so that you can review the journals ahead of time, maybe even run a workflow. Okay. The next one is the rebate management groups. These are so nice. So if you need to group customers, items, vendors, this is the place to do it. It's a one-stop shop for that, meaning you come in here, you create your group. So here, if I wanted to create a group for, we have 2 men in a truck, I'll just put 2 men. And they have multiple locations. So we have parent-child relationships. We can come in up here and really quickly just add those parent-child, all of those. You can even do copy and paste. That works here as well. So if you have a list of 10, you can come in here, add new, and then paste the values here. The only thing about copy and paste is they have to be the same grid. So you have to have four grid fields in your copy and paste. Oh yeah, so that's really nice here. And then you can do the same thing, for your item groups. I do have some items set up right now for boxes. So these are the 3 boxes that are included in this group. So as far as creating a new rebate deal, this is where you would create that agreement. Now we'll create one really quickly over here. So here is where I'd say something like summer promotion and maybe the customer name and the module customer or vendor rebate. Here's where I have the option to choose royalty. So if you're oil and gas company, royalty is really nice. We're not going to demo that today, but it's super nice functionality where it just really calculates the quantity of those sales orders to capture that reimbursement back to your royalty owner. So you're going to reconcile by deal or line. So by deal, it's essentially going to be the same posting profile for the entire deal. So meaning you would pay the entire deal, whether it's 1 line or 10 lines, in the same manner. So you would pay it by maybe an AP invoice. Where if you do it by line, you're able to say 1 line I want to pay through an AP invoice, and another line maybe I want to do a customer deduction. So you have that option there. In this case, we'll just do by deal, and we'll do this customer AP invoice. Now, rebate output, if you needed to do a free item, so your rebate is something of the nature where after a certain amount of quantity, then you're going to give a free item. That's where you would set that up here. We're not going to demo that today though. And then of course your rebate currency, and then you would just select OK. So this same rebate is already set up. Let me move this over. And it's up here in my summer promotion. Here it is. Now, I actually have this set as active because I have already submitted to the workflow, but notice my rebate status is inactive. That's because when a rebate is created, it automatically goes into an inactive state by some settings we have set up on the rebate management parameters. But I want to change this status because it's agreed. I have filled everything out. Everything is ready to go. And then there are some other statuses here as well. So completed, negotiating. we can create our own. So I really like to create one that says version, because there will be a time when I need to change this summer promotion. If there are transactions posted on it, I can't really change anything except for, I think I can change the dates, but the amounts or anything like that, but I can easily copy it. And whenever I mark it as rebate status version, that tells me that a new version has been created. It's real easy to add these as well. We can go to view details from here and add those rebate statuses as needed. Okay, so we have, let me just close this picture. You guys don't need to see me. Okay, we have, in this case, created a line with the group accent, which is the 2 customers within this group. And then those boxes that we showed a moment ago. So there's 3 types of boxes or 3 release products in this group. Now our rebate management details, we have different calculation methods. Basis is quantity. As a matter of fact, let's actually recall this or deactivate this. Yeah. So that you can see, we can't see the different calculation methods, but let's walk through one that is not submitted. And now you can see there's 4 different calculation methods: stepped, cumulative, rolling, and total. I do have a quick PowerPoint on the calculation method that I had created here. So it's really easy. It goes from least to greatest on how the calculation methods work. So if you sold 1,500 quantity and you had 2 lines, as noted right here, then you can see on stepped, it's going to take the first line total, and then the remaining part of the quantity that falls into the next line. And then cumulative would just, this is most common, it's going to look at the exact line that it falls into, which is the second line, and take that 1,500 times 20 cents there. And rolling is going to take the 1,000 from the first line and the total amount from the second line, the 1,500. And then total is just that. It's going to take the total quantity from both lines. Super easy. Okay. So we're going to do cumulative. Actually, I think I want to leave that as stepped. So you have value and quantity. So this is how you're going to calculate your rebate, by the total value of the order or by the quantity of the order. And then transaction type. At what point do you want to calculate that rebate? By at the time of order, time of delivery, time of invoice. You would have a minimum amount. And then if you were reconciling or settling your rebates differently per line, this is how you would define that. So here I can say we want to do customer deductions for one line, and then maybe an AP invoice for another line. And then you have some options for calculations. These are really nice. So you can say paid invoices only if you wanted to, include settlement discount, include credit notes. It's really nice functionality here. Here you're going to set the dates. So you can see there's 2 dates on here. So it looks like they extended the dates as well. And then accumulate by really means calculate. So what point do you want to calculate? Do you want to calculate the point of invoice? And if you do decide to go by days or weeks or months or years or lifetime or a customized period, the rebate is still going to calculate for each invoice. Then the purchases are accumulated over the specific period of time. And then the rebate is then recalculated for that total purchase. Same with claim by as well over here. So claim by is when we're actually going to pay that rebate out. And then lines is just that. You have some options with your calculation type. You can have an amount off, percentage amount, or fixed amount. So on our rebate that we already have created for our summer promotion, we're going to submit it back into the workflow. Oh, wait. Let's go back out of it. Should let us resubmit that. Interesting. Let's refresh our screen here. Summer promotion. Interesting. We are not able to resubmit this. So we are going to copy. I'm going to copy everything about this rebate, which I love. You have your new rebate here. Everything should be the exact same. Cumulative, quantity, invoice, dates, lines, same. You can see I have 1 to 1,000, 1,001 to 5,000, 5,001. And now I'm going to change the status to agreed and submit to workflow. Now I have an automatic approval workflow. A workflow is required because the functionality here is that once it's approved, it changes the status to active. Let's give it a second. Should change fairly quickly to active. While that is, let's go back into our sales order here. I actually have one queued up. So I just have a sales order here. I have one of the boxes here. And let's actually change this amount to be 150. Well, actually, let's change it to be 100. So it'd be an even $10 is what it should be. We can go to the sales order line once this is an active. Let's give it a second. There we go. So now you can see it's active. It's in agreed status. Everything's good on this rebate management deal. Come into sales order. Let's refresh. Come in here to sales order. Now notice that recalculate line is not highlighted. It's grayed out. We're going to see that change here in a moment when we integrate price management. So now we see our rebate amount is $10. This is pretty instantaneous, meaning if I change this to $2,500, we should see it fall into a different line at 20 cents, and we should see that amount be $500. That's exactly right. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're not going to pick and pack to save time, but let's go ahead and invoice this for that $500. For that $500 rebate. And then let's process a rebate. Now remember, we can do this in batch. Don't have to do it. Status is invoiced. If I come into this deal and look at my transactions, I have no transactions here. This transaction view is very similar to the rebate workbench. And we can go into the rebate management workbench if we'd like, or I'm going to show you how to run these by deal. We're just going to simply process the provision here. I'm going to select the dates. Now when I go to transactions, I've got two transactions here for this rebate management. Because I had done a test before, I have one for $10 and one for $500. Two different sales orders. So if I come into the source transactions, I can see that this transaction number is 17. So that's the invoice number. And then I can also set some corrections if I need to for this rebate. There's quite a few things I can do here. And then here I can also see the source transaction is invoice number 16. Okay, so let's go ahead and run the posting of those accruals. So we're going to be able to pick our posting date. Same thing, you can do this in batch. Okay, now let's go into those transactions and we can see posted. Those are now posted. And notice how we can now see the target transactions. I love this because it takes me directly into the journal for the accrual. So in this case, I had set my posting profile up so that when my rebate accruals post, I should see a debit to my revenue and a credit to my rebate accrual. Oh, that usually doesn't take that long. There we go. So yes, exactly. A credit to my rebate accrual here. Rebates accrual. And we're reducing our revenue. Now you don't have to reduce revenue. This is just for my testing here. And then the same thing for our our other one, our $500. We would see that same entry where we're debiting revenue and crediting our accrual. All right, so now maybe a week, a month, we've decided we need to pay out. We've accrued, we've reduced the revenue for this rebate, but now we've actually agreed that we do need to pay this rebate to the customer. Now what we're going to do is process the rebate. Again, we'll select the dates. We can do this per deal or by batch. And now we can see those transactions. Now, again, they're not posted because we haven't told them to post, but now the transaction type is rebate. So now we can come in here and review all. So now we have a provision and a rebate. And I'm going to go back and now post those rebates because I've agreed to them. For our next demonstration with price management, we'll use the rebate management workbench. Okay, let's see what happens. So something about free text invoice. I never got that. So let's make sure I have everything set here. Customer AP. Let's see transactions. So they're not posted still. So let's do something here. Let's just, what happens is that I'm not an actual employee here. So it's getting a little confused. So what we'll do is we'll just change this parameter so that we can review them before posting. And then I can put that employee on the actual AP invoice. All right. So now let's go in and post rebate management. And we're going to see those transactions. Now it is going to show that it's posted, but it's really not, right? You can see document is not posted here. So I do need to go into those target transactions, go into the lines. So this is a rebate AP invoice. So see, you can see I'm paying the vendor now the $10 and I'm reducing that accrual. So that's how the accrual reverses out. Now here, I think it's under general, maybe not, invoice. There we go. I need to put my name here. That's what it's missing. Okay. And now I'll be able to post this. Fingers crossed. All right, beautiful. So that's what that, and then if I refresh this, you can see that that document is now posted. Really nice. All right, so I'm not gonna do the 500. You guys are familiar with that. Well, actually, let's just go here. So this rebate management deal is number 51. Let's just go into rebate management workspace, or I'm sorry, workbench. Let's go into all. And let's do this rebate management deal 51. So you get the same information. Notice how my document right here is not posted. I can work the same workbench the same way, but notice all the additional fields that I have available, right? The original quantity, the item or items, the rebate quantity, the invoice amount. This is really nice in regards to coming here and being able to sum your columns if you need to. Do any sort of calculate. Obviously, you can export to Excel if you needed to. You can see the financial dimensions here. But notice in Rebate Workbench, everything we just did per deal, we can do for a group of deals, for all the deals if we need to. So we can process your provisions or your accruals. We can post by selecting. So if I come here and I say post, that would not work, right? Because it needs that employee ID. So I could go to my target transactions, go to view details, and do the same thing. Go to the lines, invoice, and now post. So really nice workbench, a lot of information to work. And again, you can make corrections at that workbench level as well. So you have a lot of options to make those corrections as well. So if this was a provision that had not been posted, then you would be able to set corrections here as well. So we'll go ahead and enable price management, and then we'll go in and create a new rebate as well. So in order to do that, I have 3 features that I have to enable for price management. I think I have those listed out somewhere. Let's see if I can get them for you. Price management is a new feature that does attribute-based pricing. So attributes from attribute data from your customer header master information, from your sales order header information, or from your release product attributes. You can define, and we'll do that here now, you can define your attributes to pull in your rebates. So I'm going to undisable this pricing management module. All my setups are already done. My price component codes, my groups, my setups. I'll show you really quickly on codes. So codes have groups on them, and these groups are the attributes. So here in a moment, we're going to see this in action. You have the option to select the customer account or customer multiple values. You have the option of a rebate management group, which we saw a moment ago with those groups. And then here's an attribute for thickness. Now this is on the sales table, meaning when, for example, when we're making orders, and in this case, we had gotten most of our extra heavy duty, bigger boxes are extra heavy duty. But sometimes by mistake, our supplier will give us regular. Well, we need to offer a rebate in that manner if that happens. So that's going to happen at the order level. We're going to give a discount or a rebate off of those boxes. Okay, and the customer is okay with that. Now, same here for items. I don't know that I have attributes. Yeah, I do have quality set up, but this would be the quality of, so in case I have new or used boxes, sometimes we do have used boxes in stock. Most of the time they're new, but if they're used, we're going to give the customer back a refund or a rebate. Okay, so that's really all I wanted to show you in regards to price component codes. Other than down here, the price attribute group combination. You're going to see that here in a moment. And this is where we say on our rebate, do we want to see, is this rebate agreement for all customers or specific customers? In this case, it could be specific customers and specific items. Or is this rebate for specific customers and all items? Or is this for all customers with specific items? It's really dependent on your rebate. All right, let's jump in and see rebates now and what the difference is now that we have enabled price management. All right, rebate management, let's go create a deal. Let's just create new, and we'll do another summer promotion. Everything's the same. Type rebate, rebate type, we're going to do, you do have a few more options, right? This was not here before. You have standard, prepaid lump sum, or transaction based. We're going to use standard for now. You do have the option of company specific, right? And rebate agreement type. I think this rebate agreement type should be set up. Not sure why it's not. Let's go back in here. Yeah, why is it not showing? Interesting. I don't think we're going to be able to save this. You can pay a specific recipient if you'd like. Let's just do deal. Let's do posting profile for, everything's really the same here. We're picking the dates for the entire deal. Yeah, interesting. Well, let's just create a new one. For some reason, it's just not recognizing that. Let's do that price component code. Well, see if we have one already created. Yeah, we do. Let's see if we can run this one. So we're going to roll with the flow, but it's something with my rebate agreement. I'd have to test it to find out why it's not showing. It should show. We have these codes here. Definitely don't want to stop this demo because we're making some progress. So here I do have a, and I'm going to actually, oh, it hasn't been submitted to workflow. Lovely. It is agreed. I'm going to edit this. Oh, it's got some, let's just copy it. Perfect. There it is, 53. Now we can do some edits here. So cumulative, everything's the same here. We're going to pay using a customer AP. We've got our dates. We've got our lines, same lines here. And then summer promotion. So this is the difference, is this edit price attributes. So this is where we come into that agreement and say, do we want to use the price component code for, again, specific customer specific items, specific customers all items, and specific all items. I'm sorry, all customers with specific items. Notice what happens when I change them. If I do specific customers specific items, I have a header price attribute group and I have a line attribute group. The header is where I can come in here and I can enable multiple selections. So I could simply select accent movers and I can select easy moving, and notice it puts the comma right in there. Or let's get rid of that. I can do my rebate management groups as well. So I can do that, those two men that I made earlier in the demo. And then thickness. So again, most of the time my boxes are going to be heavy duty. So if it's regular, then I want to offer a rebate. Now on my lines, I'm going to use one specific item, this heavy duty B600. And for now, we won't use quantity. But notice what happens. Now I can preview the matching results here. So I can see it's just going to be for one item. And here, this is going to be for two customers, as well as whatever that attribute brings in. All right, so let's select close. This is ready to go. We can go ahead and submit this to workflow. Now, notice my status still says inactive. I'm going to change that to agreed. All right, and this is going to take just a minute to process the workflow. While that's processing, let's queue up a new, so we've already have an invoice. Let's queue up a new sales order. So we said 2 men in a truck. Hopefully I have some financial dimensions or this is not going to work. Okay, perfect. And we have a line. What we said was this is for our BD HD, and we're going to use a quantity. Let's see, for this demo, let's do 100. Go back to the original. So 100 here. Now, price management is enabled. Look at the difference between price details. I take that back. Why isn't this? Oh, and that recalculate is there as well. Let's go back into our price management module. We should see something a little bit different here. Enable price details. So let's enable it here. Go back into that cell. Oh, maybe that deal is not active yet. Okay, now it's active. Now, pricing details does not look, oh, that's because it doesn't have a total. So if we go into price, I'm Trying to figure out why we are not seeing what we should be seeing here. Give me just a second. Let's try to create a new one. Maybe I need to refresh this. I bet that's the case, right? Because we enabled price management. Let's try that again. Yeah, there it is. All right. Now we can see price. This is what I was looking for. So attributes, price. This was not here before we enabled price management. Sales order attributes. Notice my automatic default is extra heavy duty for this box. But in this case, so if I did extra heavy duty, that does not meet our rebate where I said, if it's regular, then we want to, right here. If the thickness is regular, then we're going to get the rebate. So if I come in here and look at my sales order line and the pricing details, okay, there it is. It looks a little bit different. I'm going to see it here under not include in net amount. Now, your rebates, your royalties are all going to appear here. If you're using the old sales and marketing rebates, that's where you'll see that. And here under rebate management. Now, you don't see a rebate, and that is correct because this sales attribute is not regular. The minute I say regular and recalculate, now I can recalculate. Now I can go to my sales order line, go to price details, and now I see that $10 rebate. It's super nice. I love this recalculate button in price management. I love the ability to use attribute-based pricing. Now we're going to confirm this now. We're going to generate an invoice. And then we're going to go back into our deals. Now, this deal is number 53. And we're going to use the rebate workbench this time. Now here under rebate workbench, I want to show you a couple things. We're going to process our accruals. Now we can process by a specific deal, or we can run all deals. It's absolutely up to you. I'm just going to use that specific deal for now. Now here's my provision. And I can quickly come in here, and I really like this, and I can post that provision. It's posted. I can come here. I can see that deal number. It's 53. It is posted. Now, it is not actually posted to the ledger yet because you can see here this document posted because we need to go into that target transaction, review it because we set that parameter. Yes, this accrual looks good. We're reducing that revenue. We're happy. We're going to post. Now, I refresh this. You can see that document's posted. Same thing, rebate workbench. Here, we're going to process our rebates. It's the end of the month, or we've agreed with our customer that we need to pay these out. However we pay them out, it doesn't matter. You're going to run them the same way. So now, let's do not posted. You see that rebate. Now, if I wanted to, I can see all. I like this because I want to review what's happened, right? Do I have an actual, I've recorded the provision. I need the corresponding rebate, right? But I like this too because if you make your screen, you can scroll over and there's just so much here. You can see the process date, you can see the item, the quantity of the order, the invoice amount, the total rebate calculated. Again, you can make corrections here. You can set correction amounts here, which is really nice for a lot of companies who maybe they want to change that rebate before they actually pay it out, or that provision or that accrual. All right, so here again, we can post by simply selecting what we need to post and hit post. I like the rebate management workbench a lot. And then you can see it's posted, but that source document is not because somebody needs to come in and submit it to the workflow or review it. And here is that AP invoice where we're reducing that liability. Alrighty, that is it for our demo today. You guys were so gracious during Summit. Oh, there's that employee that we need. Let's go ahead and do that. Again, you guys were so gracious during Summit. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Rebate management is a very amazing module that has a lot of functionality to assist in pricing strategies and market adaptation and however in improving your competitiveness, right? And really moving inventory, right? If you have a bunch of inventory, you need to move it. Rebates are the best way to do that. Let me know if you have any questions, and hope to see you on the next one.